that you still have the energy for these activities. So for our third session, we will now focus on the future opportunities laid out for us as forestry students in our field. So for our third resource speaker, he is the Dean at the College of Forestry and Natural Resources and an associate professor at the Department of Social Forestry and Forest Governance UPLB. Obtained Master in Development Management degree from the Asian Institute of Management, and his career spans over 35 years with engagement in the private sector, the academy, and the government bureaucracy. He also headed the ABS-CBN Foundation Development Programs and later the Bantay Kalikasan as Program Director, and even served the Department of Environment and Natural Resources on various different capacities as Forest Management Career Director, Regional Director, Assistant Secretary, and Undersecretary. Let us welcome our resource leader, no other than the College of Forestry and Natural Resources Dean himself, Dean Marlo Mendoza.
Thank you. You're still awake?
Yes.
I think most of the students know forestry this is supposed to be a very interesting topic. Yeah. But when I went through the questions, the guide questions, the context that I was requested to talk about is the Philippine forestry context. But hello. But my experience with the private sector, the government sector, academia, not-for-profit organizations also gave me a good glimpse of opportunities for forestry students. I'm a forestry graduate, but as introduced, no, I ran an environmental program for one of the largest TV networks in the Philippines. And then I also was involved in several environmental projects, integrated area development projects, just to show that we're really very versatile. No? We're very flexible. Like in the Philippines, our curriculum is general forestry. I don't know in your university if it's general forestry or you have major subjects. You have major, also general forestry. Then third year you have major. Like what major? What specialization? Like yeah.
So we have for specialization in investment management. So forest product technology, conservation, forest management, and also silviculture.
Silviculture. What about the others? We also have majors.
Yeah, we have the majors. So basically, in our faculty, there is let's talk about the general forestry, and also conservation, and also about the genetics involved.
Yes.
And in our faculty, in the second year, we have 4 departments that are Department of Forest Management, Department of Forest Product Technology, Department of Forest Resources Conservation and Ecotourism, and Department of Silviculture.
Before, we have also 4 specializations, major, now we call it streams. We abolished the specialization because at the time when we reviewed the need of the industry told us that a forestry graduate should know all of these streams on major fields. And then it was decided that specialization should be in the graduate courses. Now we call it streams, but actually there are 12 units in our streams. So in your major courses, how many units do you take? Roughly. After second year and third year and fourth year, how many units for specialization? Major. No, I mean units. For now, how many courses and how many units? Yeah. Anyway, it gives us an idea because starting third year to fourth year, you have to specialize. So as I said, here we don't have specialization. We just have a general policy. And the background of that is that we have a lot of lag funds, lagging fund. And because of the lag funds in the past, it basically, I'm looking for the right word, not kill the industry, but affected the industry so much. That's why now we are focusing on planted trees, not on trees harvested from the natural forest. And that was one of the reasons why one of our programs, forest products engineering, actually was abolished because of the land plan. I am sure in Indonesia you cannot relate because you are I think the third largest forest in the world. And then Malaysia also has an active logging, and also some parts in the ASEAN. But in the Philippines, since we don't have a thriving industry, and that affected also the forest education. So we adjusted. The curriculum program was adjusted based on the context of the Philippine forest sector. So my next slide will give you an idea. First four slides just okay. Anyway, this in your kit, no, the objective. I'll just the first four slides will give an introduction about our college. So the CFNR at a glance. Next slide. So we're the country's oldest and finest academic institution of higher learning in forestry. We're a top performing forestry school when it comes to the forester's licensure exam. 99% in Indonesia, they have a licensure exam. They have a board exam, we call it a forester's board exam. They have a board exam. In Malaysia, they also don't have a licensure exam. Thailand, I think they don't have a licensure exam. But here, we are regulated by the Professional Regulation Commission. So that's one of the main differences. No? So we are a center of excellence in forestry education, and also we are part of the ASEAN University Network. No? We're home to 800 plus undergraduate students taking the both certificate program, but we renamed it Associate of Science in Forestry. It's ladderized. Associate of Science is 2 years, ladderized. 75% will be credited to the BS Forestry program. And we're as I said this morning, we're a steward of the Makiling Forest Reserve. It's 4,244 hectares, and it's also one of the ASEAN Heritage Parks. It was declared 33rd ASEAN Heritage Park. We have more than 200 top caliber faculty members, research extension, and professional staff, and personnel. So we have 4 academic units. That's basically what corresponds to the major courses, major streams that we take. We have forest products and paper science. We have Institute of Renewable Natural Resources. Then we have forest biological sciences, social forestry, forest governance, which actually corresponds with your fields. No? And then we have 3 centers. We have a policy center. We have the one managing the MFR, and then we have also one institute of agroforestry, and what's the other one? TIS, Training Institute. That's where you're billeted. Okay, next slide. I'll go through this very quickly. Anyway, this this part of the program: watershed management, climate change, agriculture, agroforestry, forest biotechnology, natural resources management, and so forth. I'm sure we have a lot to cover that. Slide. And this is our vision, a world-class leader in the education, science, and responsible management of forests, natural resources, and the environment. The Philippines is a hotspot, one of the hotspots, meaning a lot of our forests are threatened. No? And some of the drivers are upland farming, which basically converts forest lands, no, which are planted to trees to non-forests, basically agriculture. We also have settlement, and then we have some plantation crops also. In Indonesia, you have African oil palm. In the Philippines, we have banana, we have pineapple, we have tobacco, we have sugarcane. Here, basically, the crops that I mentioned are geographically focused. No? Banana and pineapple are in Mindanao, and then corn is everywhere. Tobacco is in northern Luzon, northern part of the Philippines, Luzon Island. Sugarcane is in the Visayas. And that accounts for a lot of our deforestation. Okay, next slide. And these are curricular offerings. Anyway, yeah, our students can talk more about this. Next slide. Opportunities and collaborations among forestry students and graduates. So we look at this as part of our internationalization program, opportunities where our graduates also have the opportunity to work in other environment and forestry institutes. Like we send delegates to these conferences, like World Forestry Congress, UNCCD, COP15, and then to some other universities and institutes. Okay, next slide. We're very happy because our students take the initiative of looking for opportunities where they can actually participate. And then they also take the initiative of looking for funding. Because we also have funding challenges, much as we wanted to send a lot of our students to participate in different conferences or seminars, international seminars, we have also limited funding. But we do have a student mobility program. Some have went to Taiwan, South Korea, Czech Republic, University of British Columbia in Canada. I'm sure on your own you also find opportunities. And we're very happy that you're here in the Philippines because it's a good opportunity to for our students to interact with you. There's always something to learn from each other. So even with professionals, once you graduate, I always find it very, very fruitful and productive to be meeting fellow foresters and other scientists, not only in forestry but allied fields. That's why I really encourage you to take the initiative to explore possibilities for student mobility. If there's an opportunity to meet fellow students in foreign countries, yeah, please do that. You'll always learn something new, and it broadens your perspective. So this recent one I attended with one of our senior students. We went to the Dean's Forum. So somebody from Gajah and the other university in the ASEAN. So we had a good exchange. We're comparing notes not only in curriculum but student activities and how we deliver also some of the courses. In fact, cassettes are to hold both to the first meeting forum. There's an open invitation now. 2 students from the ASEAN, from ASEAN universities. Some of you going there? Airfare. All expenses paid except airfare. So what we did here, we're subsidizing part of the airfare. Most of the airfare, the students will have to also pay a portion. But once in cassette start, the dinner cassette start, to ensure that 7 days of the material, all expenses will be paid. So it's a very good opportunity. Okay, and yeah. Oh, Samantha, from here. And Hans Lawrence Sorolian, recipient of the one semester scholarship program. Because it started, Samantha is in the National University of Singapore last September.
July.
July. I hear that. July, yeah. Okay. And then employment opportunities, international organizations. I think Paula, one of her student, some former gives ano bang position? Capacity development. I think she's with a UN organization now. Oh, si Paula. And then some also are with the AFOCO, as an Asian Forest Cooperation program of South Korea. And then some other C4, various government research, development and extension institutions, mostly DNR. Then some are also in the Department of Science and Technology organizations. And then Department of Trade. Actually, our graduates are spread everywhere. But most of them join the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. I'll show more slides of that. Forest-based industries, well, as I've said, the industry is not that very active right now. So the college is also helping revive the industry. And in fact, that's one of our missions, how to revive the forestry sector, because that will provide long-term employment. And of course, some join the non-government organizations. Next slide. So we did some studies, tracer studies, like the question, these are the questions. How does our college ensure fitness for use? Well, our college and most other colleges, what mechanisms does the university have to continuously evaluate whether graduates are meeting the needs of workplaces and will do so in the future? So these are some of the things that we do. Our colleagues and also the colleges. So the University of the Philippines Los Baños has an internal academic assessment and development system. We call it IANS. So that's also part of that is quality control, quality assurance, and then internal assessment. It's conducted every 3 years, but because of the pandemic, I think now we will have to do another tracer study. And part of the process is a qualitative self-assessment, which includes the assessment of graduates' performance in the workplace. I myself have done some interviews in the private sector where our graduates are and how our graduates fail. We also do tracer studies as well as stakeholders need and feedback surveys to serve as input to curriculum design and development. Every 5 years we review our curriculum. So this year, starting this year onwards, we'll be making some changes based on the feedback from the employers. And also we have internship programs which we have instituted, and then we get feedback also from partner companies and organizations. And the next slide will give you a context. forestry sector. Well, there are many agribusiness companies. They employ forestry and non-forestry, especially agriculture branches. In general, this is the feedback from the agribusiness experience, no? As employers. Probably this also to for you. Communication-based competencies, oral and written, no? And technical knowledge are top competencies that they look for. Communication skills, very, very important. Oral and written. And of course, technical skills on forestry. Specifically, globalization-based and technology-based competencies are being important by firms, inclusive retail support service providers, and agribusiness. Agribusiness here also includes forestry, forestry organizations. And private businesses, they favor organizational skills, leadership. But government, if you look at government, they favor teamwork. But actually, whether you're government or private, teamwork and leadership are very important. It's very, very important. So graduates were rated to be proficient and career ready. Albeit with the need to develop negotiation skills and ability to recognize the interdependence of business functions. That's why it's very important. You have to be able to work as with a team. It's not necessary that you're very bright. You're an honor student. You will automatically end up at the top management. But you see average, there are a lot of average students or graduates who also end up in top positions. And one of the points there is being able to work as a with a team. You should be a team player. There was a study done by Harvard. How can very bright people, employees, very promising, bright, leave their offices. Very good remuneration, very good package, and yet they leave their office, they resign. One of the top reasons why they change them, they don't like their supervisors. They're not able to work well with the team or with their supervisor. It doesn't mean that the supervisor is a problem. That the subordinate can be that problem, not being able to work with a team or teamwork. So it's really very, very important. You have to learn that social skills. And especially in the real world, it's seldom that you work alone. You will always work with a team. That's why in the interview, questions about team, being able to work with a team. How would you describe yourself as a team player? That's one of the questions that is asked. Next. And then this is based on our research study, 2016 to 2019, then we're running another study now because the pandemic we wanted to do it, but now we'll be doing another study. See, 65% of our graduates work with the government. I don't know. More private sector or more government? What do you think? More government or private? More also in the government? More in the private. Look, where private is only, but mostly non-policy related. This actual survey. And then non-government organizations 6%, self-employed 4%. I don't know what the profile is in Indonesia. But don't be discouraged of graduates or graduates. See, in our forestry sector actually had experienced a very rapid decline. See, what is share of forestry sector in GDP? And if you have a more or less not very active industry, it affects the economy. That's why one of our missions is to really help revive the forestry sector. We, the academy. And then next slide, you look at see, it's declining. No? Agriculture and forestry belong to the same sector. From 1960 to 2020, the sector is experiencing a sharp decline. And then industry and manufacturing, if you go back to that slide, previous slide, manufacturing industry is also declining. What actually is experiencing rapid growth is the services. But in Indonesia, actually, it's different. No? Okay, next slide. Look, the blue here is the government, the red is private. So what drives the Philippine forestry sector is the government. It's very interesting in Indonesia, it's a private sector. You have a thriving forest-based industry. But we expect this to change very soon. Okay? And then we import a lot. We also import a lot from Indonesia. Because we ban logging from the natural forest. So to compensate, we are importing. And harvesting now is from the plantation forest, but it's only now that we're venturing into an aggressive plantation development. So not many, this is the Philippine Wood Producers Association, this is their feedback. Not many foresters were hired because of the moratorium on logging. Logging from the natural forest, very limited manufacturing activities, and we mainly import. Many private company foresters transfer to government or engage foresters on retainer as consultants. Before, when a lot of graduates were in the industry, now because of the lockdown, they shifted to the government. And then also according to them, our graduates need to have more skills actually, practice. How many hours or months is your internship? Your field practice. How many months? Is it one semester? Or 3 months to 6 months? So basically that's one semester, at least. So why 3 to 6? How would you differentiate that? Why 3 to 6?
Because we search by ourselves. So in some of the students will search the company or some non-government company that work in forest, and they will make a deal how many months that they will need the internship. So some of them will give 3 months or until 6 months.
So then you have to adjust your program, no? Okay. Depends on the student if you want to accept that 6 months. But yeah, I also asked the other deans, no? They have a very long internship. The longest that I heard is 9 months. That's in the US, school in the US, that's very 9 months internship. Actually, we were surprised, but check. Nutrition is also 9 months. Yeah, nutrition. Anyway, it has a lot to do also with the length of time that you spend for internship, the skills that you get. Next, and then we also talk to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources for 60% of our graduates, not necessarily 60%. 65%, but a lot of the students go to the workforce there is aging, So it's an opportunity for our graduates because there was a time that there was a ban on hiring, and that persisted for almost 50 years. So imagine if you have a moratorium on hiring for the last 20 years, so you'll have an aging workforce, and you'll have a big gap, no? From the senior management, mid-level, junior. So that's why we have the implication of that is that graduates who have joined the bureaucracy have to be retrained for higher positions to be able to take on higher responsibilities. And these are the 5 areas, no, that they are assessing their workforce. One is core organizational values. The other one is technical or functional, and then leadership, and then cross-cutting. So in general, the government is satisfied with our graduates, but they would like to see more skills, competency regarding skills. Okay, next slide. For that time, we have the National Training Program, and that hired more than 22,000 mostly forestry graduates throughout the country. But now it started in 2006, but now the budget has been going down. But nevertheless, because of the National Training Program, a lot of our graduates were employed by the government. But again, that's government. Slide. On the average, 71% of our graduates were employed after passing the forestry licensure exam within the first 6 months. And then some were employed within a year, that's 15%, and around 2%, 1 to 2 years. Not bad. 71% for the first 6 months, and then 15% were within a year, only 2% after 1 to 2 years. Okay, that's profile for graduates for the last 10 years. Let's look at the graph. See, most are female. What about in Indonesia? What's the ratio of male and female? Same. How many percent? I think here it's 65, 67% female. Probably the same. Also. Yeah. And for the last 10 years, the average graduates, 95 students, 95. I don't know our university. Yeah, a lot taking up BS forestry. Okay. So that's the average for the last 10 years. Okay, seven initiatives and collaborative projects towards conservation and management of forests. So we just do this very quickly. So the college has ongoing discussions with several private companies. Some we already have a memorandum of agreement, and these are very big companies. Some are also academic institution, like number 2, it's an academic institution, also wanting to engage in forest carbon program. Next slide. Again, this is a recent partnership of the college with Marlo Mendoza in Japan. And in fact, the MOU signing was in Japan. Okay, next slide. And the president actually was part of it. We also have collaborative projects on environment, social risk management. Because of challenges posed by because of changes in climate, even financial institutions now, they have to be able to calculate the impact of climate change on their bottom line. Example, how will flooding affect viability of the financial institutions? How will increasing temperature affect the profitability of banks, and how where our project is trying to compute the risk associated with climate change. And we're doing this also with other colleges. College of Economics and Management, Engineering, and Ecology. So it's not just about silviculture, it's just about genetics. So the field actually is very varied. And then other collaborative projects. Of course, we have the ASEAN Heritage Park, collaboration with the other ASEAN countries, to the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity. We have the Time Yankee Foundation Research Internship. We have one of the biggest companies also, SM Prime Holdings. We have a scholarship program with them. Then the UP land grant, we have 2 land grants. One 4,000 hectares and one 5,000 hectares. So anywhere private sector and governments also can work together and we an opportunity where we can bring our students, and we provide a lot of technical assistance to government. In most of this, students, especially graduate students, are involved. Next slide, and this do this. And we have also local and international academic and research collaborations. A lot of them. So, is your university here? Yeah, Universitas Gajah Mada. And then University of Muslim. Next slide. We also, and collaborations with other universities in the region. Next slide. Even the Department of Finance, Tax Academy, we have collaboration with others because of implications again of impacts of the environment and how it will affect tax collection. So we have a special, we're preparing a program with the Department of Finance. Again, meeting with deans, faculty members of these universities. Okay, next slide. Okay, promoting forestry. We have the Learning Resource Center to conduct what's RPD, I didn't forget. Anyway, it's one of our extension program to reach out to, it's a recruitment program to talk about forestry so that students in the provinces will also have an opportunity to learn about that there's such a programs for forestry. And they are part of the recruitment program for the best, the brightest. And that's it. Recruitment program for the best, the brightest. Okay. Okay, my last 2 slides. So we have an internship version also. We are talking to science high schools. And then we're also in touch with Super Science High School of Japan. Super Science is the elite science high school in Japan, and we are also collaborating with them. And then we're planning to have a partnership with our science high schools here and introduce policies also. Slide. Okay, these are future opportunities. No? Because of the UN Climate Change Conference, COP21, otherwise it's the Paris, it's changing now the landscape when it comes opportunities in forestry. And it's not even future, it's happening now. Not only in the Philippines, but in other countries. The agreement sets long-term goals, no, to guide all nations that we have to reduce forest greenhouse gases, to limit global temperature increase to 2 degrees Celsius, and be more aggressive to bring it down, to limit it to 1.5. And then all countries or signatories, there are 194 signatories, sure, our countries are signatories. There's such a thing as nationally determined contribution. Countries will commit specific action, no? Areas, programs, how to reduce their greenhouse gases. And this is legally bound. Now, corporations have to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. They have to commit to reduce emissions. There are two ways of how to comply. One is they have their own carbon capture projects. They can have their own reforestation. Others will just buy credits. But many companies, they cannot afford to implement forest carbon programs. They'll rather buy credits. That's why a lot of companies like Benny, Ayala, Kenmar Eco Solutions, they're here to establish large areas of new plantations to be able to establish a city, and then they would like to trade their credits, because with a huge plantations that they will establish, they envision having surplus credits, then they can sell it to companies who don't have offsets. So I don't know whether you've heard of net zero by 2050. It's really changing the landscape. Now, a lot of private companies are approaching our colleagues, no, to for forestry graduates, and they would like to establish thousands and thousands of new plantations. I'm sure in Indonesia, so Thailand, Vietnam, no, this is happening. So this is creating huge opportunities for forestry graduates, and it's very unique to BSF graduates. So this is very recent, and I think you have to really watch out for this and prepare also for this, because there's so much opportunities for forestry graduates. But of course, when we say forestry, we don't limit to just the provisioning part, like planting trees or products, or sequestering carbon. We look at it from an environmental services perspective, right? So we have the provisioning, so we want then the regulating part of forests, sociocultural part, and support services, support role of forests. So that's the spectrum, no, when we talk about opportunities for forestry graduates. Like the previous speaker, prior, he talked about ecotourism. And ecotourism opportunities in the Philippines, mostly with the government, but there was private companies. And my previous work was with a private company. We had 11 ecotourism sites in the Philippines, and that was a private company. And one of the project sites that we had, we're making more than $1 million in entrance fees alone in one of our ecotourism sites. So there are many opportunities actually. So I think I'll end my presentation there. And I don't know if we still have time for question and answer. So thank you.
The Philippines government has faced a lot of deforestation riots, but such challenges have forced us to adjust to the factors that we have, especially in the terms of the education sector. That's why we should take every chance we get in learning, so that as Dean has already highlighted, we can learn from each other, even broaden our perspective. By attending such meetings and learning outside our classrooms, we develop more skills that can further help us build a competitive spirit in terms of employment, which includes leadership, teamwork, and even communication skills. Skills that we try to further improve and develop as we join and participate in INSTOP. So despite the stated opportunities locally and internationally, the sad reality is that the challenges that we have living in a country that does not prioritize forestry as much might actually be seen as a hindrance in terms of opportunities for forestry graduates. But perhaps we should also focus on the silver lining that and be optimistic that we might soon revive the sustainable forestry once again, especially because the trend of climate change is not getting any better, and the world is now finally recognizing that we need foresters more than ever. So now, we will now move on to our question and answer portion, which will last up to 10 minutes. So the floor is again already open for questions that you might have to our resource speakers. So again, you may raise your hands if you want to ask our resource speaker directly, or you can utilize the slide that is flashed in our screen to send your question through. So the floor is now open for questions. And so we have a question here. Please state your name and LLC before stating your question. Thank you. Good afternoon again, everyone. We have just learned how vast the opportunities are for these students, especially in the Philippine context. Yet there is still a low number of Filipino students who take interest in taking up the program, and this adds up to the problem of the lack of foresters and the lack of forest rangers in the country. So my question is, where do you think the problem stems from? And what are your recommendations in addressing such challenge and in introducing the course to the youth in a way that it is simple yet persuasive and impactful?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the question. We look at the challenge from different perspectives and holistically. So normally, schools sometimes focus on the recruitment effort. They provide, they package very good recruitment materials, the brochure, the ADP, those things, no? And elaborate promotional materials. But that's only one, no? Of the things that have to be looked into. I think we have to focus first, no? Put a lot of our energy in revitalizing the process. Because if you have a thriving industry, Indonesia, you have Malaysia, you have Thailand, if you have a thriving industry, then you have a lot of opportunities for graduates. And in terms of strengthening the curriculum, which is also one of the things that have to be done, I personally think that entrepreneurship should be strengthened. Like, I personally would like to see a BS Forestry graduate that's enterprising, that's entrepreneurial, no? Having that entrepreneurial spirit. If you look at the percentages where our graduates go, only 4% go to the private have their own business. If you check what business they engage in, it's not even sometimes forestry related. Those who are working in the private sector, a lot of them are not forestry related jobs. So we have to help revitalize the industry, strengthen the curriculum so that we will not be employment oriented. If we have succeeded in creating or making a lot of our graduates to be entrepreneurs, a lot of them should also have their own businesses. There are many opportunities for forestry as a business. You have agroforestry, you have the forest-based industries. Just this morning, I was talking to the dean of SLSU. There's a private sector who would like to expand a private person, no? I think it's a single proprietorship, would like to expand their cinnamon plantation. And the market is just so big according to in San Jose. And the way this entrepreneur does it, it's a forestry graduate, I think, of SLSU, or I'm not sure. That's the way this person does it. They work with communities and individuals. They have 76 cooperators. So though this entrepreneur doesn't have the land, probably has or she has a small land, but with 76 cooperators, 7 an average of say 2 hectares, so 1 hectare, that's easily 76 hectares. So entrepreneurship, again, reviving the industry and starting having a very good recruitment program for the best and the brightest. So we're looking at having an adapt a hectare for scholarship, where we are encouraging private companies to adopt 1 hectare, and then the hectare will be devoted to a production forest for harvesting. The proceeds will go to finance our scholarship program, to supplement what the government funding, no? Supplement funding of the government. And then that hectare or hectares will be also opportunity for field practice of our students. So they'll learn about the entire the value chain and the market chain. Really having a hands-on on the different forestry subjects. So it's not a one. It's not as simple as having very effective promotional materials. You have to look at the entire industry.
Thank you so much, Dean, for your answers. So I think I'm not sure if we can entertain 2 more questions, but we will try to. So the next question is, do you think that Filipino forestry students are competent to work in international forestry organizations, even in their first few years of working and with the learning gap that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused?
For the first question, I think
Working with an international organization, my first job was with an international organization. I was fortunate that I joined the it's a USAID funded project working within the ASEAN region. So I had the opportunity to travel as a fresh graduate of the different ASEAN countries. Now it's more competitive and they're looking for specific skills. And but it helps also if you work first, no? Sorry, you have exposure in different types of jobs, forestry related job. Depends also on the type of forestry organization that you'll be working with. Some deals with research, some deals with extension. But some basic skills that you have to have, again, is communication, written and oral, very good, strong interpersonal relationship skills. No? So your resilience quotient, your social networking skills are all very, very important. It's true because the environment is very competitive. Where else can we ask for financial support? We want to join more international events. The reality is the university has some limited funding, so it's very competitive. But we encourage also our students to help to seek their own sources of funding. We will also try to expand our network with private institutions. We'll also see how this Race to 50 can be used as a window, no, for our students, especially to help fund some of their activities. Do you think that Filipino forestry students are competent to work in international forestry organizations? I think that's related to number 1, but that's why for students, the batch who were affected by COVID-19, we have what we call this? We have this bridging program. Because they're students for those 2 years, so we have to have bridging program to compensate for the courses and topics and skills that they miss. And I think that's a requirement for this kind of interns. And financially challenged student who really wants to be more involved in international opportunities. We have a lot of financially challenged students also. And we have the College of Forestry Alumni Association. We also seek funding from them. Others, we approach also private companies. We're working on a scheme with some airlines if they can give more generous support, like student discounts. So we're looking at that. Even the dean, one of the deans during the dean's forum suggested that if it's possible, as part of the offsets of airlines, they can give support to students. So, but we are exploring all possibilities. I'm optimistic with that. Airlines giving generous discounts for students, especially those wanting to attend conferences. Thank you.
So unfortunately, due to time constraints, this will be the end of the Q&A portion. But again, if you still have any questions, you can still approach any member of the OC so we can collect your questions and have them sent out to me if you will permit us to do so. Thank you, Cody. And before we proceed to the next session, we would like to take this time to give a token of appreciation to Dean Marlo. May I call on again Dean Marlo as well as the head and co-head of APRM 2022, Laureate and the Del Valor. Certificate of appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Philippine Marlo Mendoza for being an outstanding speaker in the International Forestry Students Association Asia Pacific Regional Meeting 2023 held on the 12th of April 2022. This certificate is given as a sign of appreciation signed by Gil Lawrence Reyes, head of the OC, Jonel Balodo, co-head of the OC, and Agustin Rosello, president of the International Forestry Students Association. So again, before they leave the stage, may we also request all of the audience to also come up for a quick group photo. So for our virtual participants, we encourage you to turn on your camera so that you will be seen at the screen behind us and you will be included in our group photo. Thank you so much. Let's go first, guys. Closer. Okay, one. Okay. One, two. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one. Forestry, forestry.